Alrighty, I think I'm live. I'm trying to do something different here, and on my computer I am not showing that I'm live, but on my phone I'm showing that I am. So I don't know what's up with that. Let me just refresh that and see if that helps. There we go. Alrighty, hello everybody. Oh yes, my sharpener demo. All right, you guys are gonna have to bear with me because I am still a real streaming noob, and it's still a challenge for me to read the chat and do my thing. So you'll just have to bear with me. And if I miss any questions or if I miss saying hello to somebody or anything, please forgive me. Yeah, so I thought I would start by showing you guys some of my previous Julia images. Welcome to everybody coming in. See, I'm so bad at this. Like, I should be rolling through this whole chat going hello to everybody, and I just like I'm a little overwhelmed. So I'm just going to say hello to everyone and thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. So yeah, so these are some of my previous Julia Spiri images. This was one of the very first ones that I did on my YouTube channel. So that is that one. And then this is one that I did over the during the winter time. As you could tell, it's a very wintry one. But I just love her her grayscale images. I'm a big fan of those. So those are the ones that I've done of hers so far. And oh yeah, see, thank you, Corey, because I am totally in Top Chat, and I even wrote myself a note and said to make sure that there we go. All right, I'm good. Okay, so this is the image that I am going to be doing, and as you can see, I've already done her skin and hair because I have a gazillion skin and hair tutorials on my channel already as it is. And since I am totally into doing the animals right now, I thought I would do the cat for you guys and show you this cool technique that I have with Neo colors for background. So yeah, is there anything else that I want to go over before I get started? I don't think so. I think that's it. So I'm going to be doing the cat in Prismacolors. And I actually, if you guys follow my channel, you know I do like to work from reference photos. That's just, it's something that I've always done. I use reference photos when I do my pet portraits. And so I went through and tried to find a picture of a cat. And so this is the one that I chose. And so that is what I'm going to try and do with this kitty right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and dive in. And thank you, Ashley. Okay, so I'm going to start with her little nose. And I'm going to use Nectar and Henna for that. And we'll just dive right in. And maybe a teensy little bit of white. Okay. I want to do some burnt ochre and sienna brown, I think. So start with burnt ochre. And do you guys want me to zoom? I think I can zoom in when I'm doing live. I'm so used to, yes, I can. There we go. Alrighty, so when I do when you do animal, I know a lot of people are really nervous about doing animals. They it's something that they're not used to, and so they don't like to do them. And that's how I felt about portraits, people portraits. I totally sucked at people portraits when I first started, but I wanted to learn, so I did. And you can do the same thing with animals, because I know there's so many beautiful images out there that have people and animals in the portraits. And so when you do animals, the biggest advice that I can give you is to try and find yourself a reference photo, because that always really, really helps. And B, always go in the direction that the fur or the hair is going, and that's going to give you the most realistic fur texture animal. It's going to make your animal much more realistic when the fur is going in the direction of the animal. So I'm probably going to jump around here while I'm doing it, because I'm not it's easier for me to do the pet portraits because I'm actually drawing the animal from a photo, whereas this one I'm trying to make it look like like a reference photo that it's not. But I think we'll be all right. I think we can do it. Okay, no, that's not what I want. I want sandbar brown, I think. So I can foresee that I'm not going to be chatting a whole lot because I feel like I'm concentrating so hard on what I'm doing. Which is not very conducive to having a fun chat if you're not chatting. So I'm going to rely on all y'all to be taking care of this for me. you guys can handle the chat part. So you know I love working on my shell. Thank you, Shell. You know I love working on my Desert Storm paper, and I like working on that Desert Storm paper because I can work both light to dark and dark to light. Which is a really nice way to work. I like it. Okay, I think I'm going to use some 30% French gray. And then some sandbar brown. Hi, Mona. Welcome. All right, we need some more of the red tones and such, I think. So let's do some more sienna brown. Is that what I want? I don't know. Let's see. shell, I need to and have a one-to-one animal. Oh, gotcha. That would be fun. I've been trying to figure out how to do some one-on-one coloring things. I'm not quite sure how to do that yet, but that would be cool. I am going to start doing some more animal portrait colorings on my channel. I am going to start bringing in some more things other than just straight adult coloring tutorials. I'll start doing actual art tutorials. Because I had kind of always intended for that to be kind of what I would do eventually someday, but I never got around to doing it. And now I think now is time. All right, we need some more dark in here. I'm having such, okay, so my setup now so that I can read the chat, it's on my computer. And my computer has to be further away from me than my iPad. So trying to see what I'm doing and see the chat is not very easy. So it definitely will help me if you're going to talk to me if you put it in caps, because otherwise I will have a hard time seeing it because I'm blind. That's what happens when you get old. Well, hello, Mary R. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you could make it. I love hearing that. Hi, Robin. Okay, what do I want to do here now? I think we'll put some, what is this? Sepia. Oh, that's awesome. That would be very helpful. Yeah. Thank you, Renee. There's so much technology out there that I'm just completely clueless about. Well, Mary, I am thrilled that you have come to my live. They're really fun. Everybody chats and has a wonderful time. So if you want to talk to me specifically, write it in caps because it'll be a lot easier for me to be able to see it. Otherwise, because everybody's all chatting amongst themselves and I'll probably miss it if it's not in caps. All right, I'm gonna put some. So fur direction is important, but so is the length of the hair, the length of the stroke. So if you have a short-haired animal, you want to make sure that you keep your strokes, you know, short. Otherwise, it's going to turn it into a long-haired animal really easily. I feel like I've somehow made his eye completely disappear, and I didn't really mean to do that, so I don't know how I did that, but let's see, do I have a black? somewhere. I'm used to doing animals with their eyes open. I'm not so used to doing them with their eyes shut. That helped. I just made it a little bit darker. Alrighty, back to what I was doing. Let's see. We want some more of this French gray. Evelyn, thank you. That's so kind of you. I really appreciate that. That's always such a fun, exciting thing to see that, to see that pop up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I'm still not having enough. Not enough of this down here. All right, let's do some. I'm hoping that I can get my slice tool out and have that work on this paper. We'll have to see. Evelyn, having kitties and dogs, I think, are like potato chips. Like, you can't just have one. You got to just keep having more and more and more. Although I am down to just my one dog right now. And I'm always wondering if I want to get another one, keep him company. Okay, so Shell, first of all, if the paper is not very sturdy, it's not going to, you have a more of a chance of it ripping. So it needs to be a good sturdy paper. And then second, you need to have quite a lot of pencil down on, thank you, Ashley. You need to have quite a lot of pencil down on your paper, so that when you use the slice tool, it's scraping the pencil off of the paper. It's not even touching the paper itself. So I'm going to try and see if I can't do that to show you guys how it works. It shows up better when you're using a paper that's, white. But I still think we'll be able to get it to show up here too. I love the little kitty on the donation thing. That's so cute. It makes me smile. Okay, let's go to the top of the cat a little bit. So I've been, with my pet portraits, I've been doing mostly dogs, but the next, I don't really want to call it a color along because it's really not a color along, but the next video that I do after I finish up Cleo is going to be a cat on drafting film. So I will just color that for you live, not live, while I'm doing it, real time. I might do some parts where I speed through it because really those portraits take me about 6 to 8 hours, I guess. But I thought I would start taping some of that stuff and showing you guys too. And the drafting film, oh my gosh, drafting film and colored pencil is so amazing. Oh, thank you, Shell. Do you guys mind if I show you the one that I'm working on right now? I've got it sitting on my easel right in front of me, so it was making me think of it. But I haven't done a American Staffordshire Terrier before, so this is going to be a double portrait for a client. So that's what I'm working on right now. So that one's fun. Same concept, super short hair, so super short pencil strokes. Renee, are you getting the, for the drafting film, are you getting the Duralar or the graphics film from Dick Blick? Duralar, okay. So the Duralar is a lot easier to get, and it's much less expensive, which is a bonus. But I will tell you that I have noticed a huge difference in what you can, I don't want to say the quality. The quality is not the right word. The Duralar is very smooth, and so you can only get a certain number of layers on it. And it's not necessarily a bad thing because you can work on both sides, which is really nice. But if you find that you don't like it, or you find that you can't get enough layers or whatever, I would say try the graphics 0.005 from Dick Blick. You can physically feel the difference in, hey Mandy, you can, hello Della, you can physically feel the difference in the tooth of the two papers. The graphics Duralar is not Duralar, sorry, the graphics 005 double matte is definitely got more tooth to it, so you can get more layers on it. So it's just a matter of what your preference is. But if you've used the Duralar and you find that you don't like it, don't give up on it, because the other paper has a little bit more tooth in it than the Duralar. Hi Helen, welcome. Okay, let's see, what do I want to do here? I keep wanting to pull my paper down, and that's not good. So I'm going to pull my camera down a little bit if I can without making too much of a And that way, hopefully, I'll stay in frame better. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. All right, I'm gonna throw a little bit of pink right here because that's the color that I'm gonna do her sweater. And I want to be able to put the pencil on top. And I just noticed, I think I made a goof when I did her hair, because that completely does not look right. This should be kitty, not hair. Hi, Joyce. Okay, let's do a little bit of Mary, I'm gonna I'm gonna show you when I do the background. The heating pad is for the background. All right, so we're gonna just pull some of those hairs right on top of her skin. Thank you, Emily. Okay, so for the ear, we want to use a little bit of let's see, what do I want to do here? Come up here a little bit. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of this nectar. And let's see, what do I want? Let's try a little bit of this. All right, 50% cool gray. All right, let's do some white. So before I do that, I want to put a little bit of, what is this? Burnt ochre. Hi, Lou. Thank you, honey. And so I'm getting the colors that are kind of closest to the ear down first, so that I can layer the white fur over the top. Then we'll do some more. Okay. Now I'm just kind of looking to see if there's any other details that I want to put in here. Actually, I might want to darken if I can. And I still want to show you that slice tool, so. Let's just see if we can get it to work on the ear here. I might have enough. And we can break up some of that white. The question is, what did I do with it? I have a million. Oh, there it is. Okay. So this is my slice tool. And it's a ceramic blade. And it's great because I'm terrible with knives and I cut myself all the time. But this one I never cut myself with. Like I said, like on white paper, it shows up a little bit more. So I'm not sure if it's going to show up much. But you can see the, I think you can see the little wax bits that have come off of that. It's because I scraped the wax off. And yeah, as I was afraid of, that's not really showing up. Let's try it over somewhere else and see what we can do. I don't have enough down here yet, so let me add some more pencil down here and we'll see if we can't get some whiskers. I don't know. I'm afraid that it's not going to work. I usually use it on the Duralar. I don't use it so much on this paper, so it may not work. Yeah, they come in all different kinds of blades, Renee. And I like this one because I can use it, if I use it from this side, I get a really sharp, smaller line. And if I use it from this side, it makes thicker, thicker lines for me. So I think some gray. And it's just not dark enough yet. I'm just gonna keep adding some more dark. I think I'm feeling, you know, whenever I work live, I'm always a little bit, I don't know, nervous, or I don't pay as much attention to the detail because I'm always so aware of the camera, which is dumb, but okay, let's just darken up some of these here a little bit. And the ear is bugging me because it's not showing all the individual hairs well enough. So I'm gonna go in, get a little bit darker of a gray out. Oh, this would be a good time for me to show you my fabulous pencil sharpener. So I'm gonna zoom out. And I think that's as far out as I can go, unfortunately. Okay, so this is the pencil sharpener that I use. I think the green is sold out right now, but they have it in gray. And thank you, Mary. They have it in gray and another color. But I tested it. It is not portable, so it does not work when it's not plugged in, unfortunately. But it does have an adjustment where you can adjust your sharpening from blunt to super sharp. I always use it on super sharp because I like it that way. And let's see if this one will, I don't really have a very dull pencil, but so we were talking about like automatic, using the automatic stop, and I never use the automatic stop. What's nice about loading it from the top is that I can very easily control how long I leave that pencil in there. So when I put it in, I always do it at short little bursts at a time, just to test, just so that I can get it the way I want it. But it makes a nice long point. It works great on my Prism. It works great on all of them because the sharpener has these little grabby things that move. So it works on big pencils, skinny pencils, all the pencils, and you get a nice sharp point on your pencil, which I love. And I never have breakage. The big black one with the holes. Oh wait, see, I'm looking at chat on both my phone and on the computer, which is distracting. There we go. Have you seen the big black one with the holes sort of on the side? No, I haven't. I have not seen that one. I think whatever, use whatever works for you. But I do feel bad for people when they say that, they don't use an electric sharpener because it eats their pencils. And I don't know if it's the sharpener that they're using or if it's the way that they're sharpening it, but I've never had a problem with electric sharpeners eating my pencils. And it's so much easier. When I'm working, I don't want to take the time to have to sharpen a pencil by hand. I just want to stick it in there and have it go nice and fast and sharp. Okay, I'm going to zoom back in again. So I don't know if that was enough of a demonstration or not, but I love that sharpener. So yeah. All right, so that looks a little bit better. You can see the hairs a little bit better. And now I'll go in. It's better. Better, better, better. Mona, I do not have the square ones, so I cannot swear to that. But the way that the inside is made, like I said, it's got these little, well, that's not shaped right, but it's got these three little things that move. And so they grip whatever size pencil goes in there. If it's a really super skinny pencil, they grip it. If it's a big fat pencil, then they move out and they still grip it. And so I'm thinking that if it's a square pencil, they're still going to move and conform to whatever size you know, pencil goes in there. So I would think that the answer to that is yes. All right, how do I feel about that kitty? I feel pretty good. I think he looks pretty good. I'm just gonna throw down a little bit of espresso because y'all know I can't do a page without putting some espresso in there. And just warm that face up a little bit. That's better. Okay, let's do a little bit of all right, now I have to do this down here. So I forgot about that, which is a good thing because otherwise I would be finished with this way earlier than I should be. Okay, so I'm going to throw a little bit of this down. Now I am going to come back and work it a little bit more after we get the background in because I want the fur to sit on top of the background. So also when I do hair, I tend to press a little bit harder at the start of the stroke and flick up at the end of the stroke so that you get a nice tapered end to the hair. Oh, well, that's kind of cool. I didn't even know that I could do that, Mary. Thank you. That's a wonderful idea and suggestion. Yeah, I didn't even know I could do that. I do have a Ko-fi account, which is linked in the description, where you can donate. I also have color charts in there. My swatch charts, the blank ones that I use for my swatch charts, they're free, a free download over there. You guys can, and I have all different sizes. I have big square ones, which is what I use, and then I have the ones that are that are divided in half, and little small ones. It just depends on what you what you prefer, but you can get a free download over there for those. And then I also have my luminance to Prismacolor conversion chart for sale over there. But if you ever want to just, you know, buy me a cup of coffee, you can do that over at Ko-fi. And there's a link to that down in the description box and also on the banner of my channel. All right, I am liking the way that looks. So let's do some of her sweater because we got to get that on there. Hi, Mary, no worries. We all got to eat. All right. What do I want to do for her sweater? So I'm thinking that I kind of want what's showing to be the focus. I know I'm really zoomed in. I should probably zoom out a little bit. We'll try that. So I want the sweater to be pretty soft. I printed this quite lightly on purpose because I want her sweater to blend in, almost blend in with the background. So we'll see how that works. Thank you, Shell. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. Do some up here. All right, now I'm going to come in with something a little bit darker. Maybe this one. I might even want to go darker. I do want to pull up the original version of this page. I have it here somewhere. Yes, okay, that will help me because I printed it so lightly that I kind of lost where the edges are. So this will help. We love our fur babies, don't we, Joyce? I can't even imagine my life without my dog. I'm actually kind of surprised that he hasn't made his presence known yet. This usually always happens at least a couple times when I'm filming. Oh, that is a good hubby, Renee. You gotta like that. All right, a little bit more of this deco pink. So my goal is for her sweater to fade into the background. So we'll see if we can get that to happen. All right, henna might be too dark. I'm gonna go real light. So I'm barely putting any pressure on. Oh, Joyce, that is one of the hardest things ever to experience. We've been through it several times and it never gets any easier. But I will continue to do it forever. I will continue to go through that loss because the joy that I get from having them, it makes it worth it. I can't not have a fur baby in my life. All right, I think I'm going to use my blender, if I can find it. I didn't get it out either. There it is, right there. Which, by the way, sharpens beautifully in that sharpener. This is my favorite blender of all time. It just smooshes those colors together so beautifully. And it doesn't matter what brand of pencil. It works good on every brand of pencil I've tried it on. Okay. Let's just see. Now, where did I put it? There it is. Okay. Yes, Mary, the Caran d'Ache Full Blender. Yes. All All right. I don't know if this is going to show up on this paper or not. It may not. Let's just see. Okay. It is. So let me just put a little bit more dark and we will. So Shell, are you still here? Looking for Shell. Is Shell still here? Okay, I don't know if she's still here or not, but I have a decent amount of colored pencil laid down on the cheek. And so I'm going to take my slice tool. I hope you can see it. I hope I'm zoomed in enough to where you can see that it's just, I'm just scraping off the top layers of the colored pencil to get that fur texture. So you don't push straight down. You use the side of the blade and you just gently scrape. And that's that's how to make it work the best. Okay, what do I need to do now? Yes, good. Try it again, you'll see. So, yeah, you're going to always use it kind of on its side and just gently scrape. Okay, what's next? Oh, whiskers. I wanted to work on whiskers. I don't think the whiskers are going to work because the paper is brown. Well, they did kind of work. It did kind of work. It did. And then if I wanted to, I could just throw some more. And these whiskers, I should probably wait until I do the background, but I'll do them anyway. Okay. I'll work on that some more after I get the background done. I do need to do the bow. I'm going to zoom out because otherwise I will be... Oh, all right. What's going on now? It won't zoom out. It won't zoom out. Okay. Hello. There we go. Okay. Ah, the joys of streaming from your phone. Sherry, I use it anytime I want to add texture to fur. So yes, I definitely use it for all the fur, depending on, yeah, so I use it for all the fur, not just whiskers. And Sherry, I'm sorry, Mary, you have the Prisma blender and you don't lay down enough. Yes, you have to have layers of pencil down to use any blender well, because there has to be pencil on the paper for it to be able to move it around and blend it. Okay, so I have to decide what color I'm going to do that bow, and I don't know. So part of me is wondering if I should wait to do the bow until after I get the background down. Because I am going to be doing a lot of pink and white in the background, and I do want her bow to show up, so... Are you feeling guilty, Mary? Are you- that's a guilty mind right there. Okay, I have to make a decision here. Ooh. All right, while I'm debating, I'm going to darken up this a little bit. Like, it seems logical that her bow would be pink, but then I'm afraid that there's going to be just too it's going to be too much pink. So eesh. I might wait to do that bow until after I get the rest of the background in. But I don't know what other color would make sense. I could, I don't know. Decisions. All right, maybe we should do the, maybe we should do this background. All right, so I'm gonna put my pencils away in my little box, which by the way is the best thing I've ever, this little, it's like a shoebox lid, like a craft box shoebox lid, but it's awesome for holding the pencils that I'm currently working on. They don't roll off my desk this way, which is really, really nice. Okay. Oh, you know what? We're an hour in. We can do, ooh, blue might be really nice, Mary. I might like that idea. But we're an hour in, so it's giveaway time. Woohoo! So by now, you guys probably all know what the image looks like, but I happen to have it right here. So this is the image that we are going to be giving away. Ooh, Robin, I love that idea too. Yes. Okay, so we are going to do the giveaway for the image that Julia has very generously donated to everybody. And let's see, what do I need to do here? I need to pull up my random number generator. Okay, you guys probably all know the rules by now. I'm going to pick a number from 1 to 100. Closest number 2 without going over wins. First person to put the number in gets it if more than one person does the same number. Please do not chat while we are picking our numbers. And did I forget anything else? I think that's all the rules. So I'm going to type go into the chat. And you're probably going to have to look at my arm while I do this. Don't put your number in until you see go. And of course, I wrote it all in lowercase, so I apologize. And then we will do it. So is everybody ready? And yeah, 1 to 100, Mary. Yes. 1 to 100. All right. So please come in and join if you, even if you're not chatting. And while you guys are doing that, I will get my heat thingy set up. Make sure I'm zoomed out all the way. Yes, I am. Hopefully that's not too distracting. Does that look okay? All right, does everybody have their numbers in? All right, it looks like everything has whoops, gosh darn it. It looks like everything has slowed down, so I think we're ready to stop. All righty, so I have my random number generator between 1 and 100. Generate number 78. 78 is the winner. So what do we have? Oh, Isa is right spot on. Is there anybody else that had 78? Isa did not go over. Yeah. Congratulations, Isa. You won. So you can email me at coloringartbykarenvalentine@gmail.com. It's pretty easy to remember. Just my channel name at gmail.com, and I will send that over to you. All right, so this is what we're doing with the heating pad. So I'm going to be using Neo Color 2s. And the heating pad looks like this. And then on top of that, I have a metal, it's like a magnet board. And I actually use this on my easel thank you, Shannon. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. I actually use this on my easel underneath my papers to, with little magnets to hold glassine paper to keep my hands from touching what I'm working on. But it's also really wonderful for this because it's metal and it conducts heat very nicely. So I've had my, it's a reptile heating pad, and I've had it turned on this whole time just so that I made sure that it was nice and warm so we could use it right away. And so when I touch this metal, it is warm, but not so hot that it's uncomfortable for me. But the heat is conducting up through the paper. So what I would recommend if you try this is you want to make sure that the page that you're going to be working on has been sitting on your heating pad for a few minutes, just so that it gets nice and warm, because the warmer that it is, the better it will work. So I'm just gonna put this over the top just to kind of help get that heat coming up through the paper for a second. So what I like about this technique is that you can use Neo colors without water, and it will allow them to blend. So what I'm going to use to blend them with is this silicone blending tool. I got them from Amazon, and they come in a whole set of all different shapes and different amounts of give, so to speak. Some are harder than others. And so I think it's warm enough. I hope it's warm enough, because I don't want to do this and show you guys and then go, ooh, it doesn't work. Yes, Neo without water, which is really nice in like if you're if you want to do this in a coloring book, because you can just tuck your heating pad right behind the coloring page. And really, you don't even need the metal necessarily, because the heating pad, I know that's not in frame, you can't see it. The heating pad is still very smooth. So you probably maybe don't need the metal, but I like how it conducts the heat. So I am just gonna start and cross my fingers that it works, because I did do it on a test page and it worked just fine. So please God, let it work now. So unlike when I normally use Neos or gelatos, where I apply the product to a palette first, I don't really need to do that here because the paper is warm and the crayons just, it helps to kind of melt them and soften them. And now this is like the first time that I feel like I have to, oh, look at that. See, how about that? I never knew that that was what that was for. Okay, so we got rid of some paper there, so that's good. All right, so I'm just going to lay some of this down. Please work. It's nothing worse than demonstrating a new technique and having it not work. Okay, so it's working. And what I like about it is that it kind of creates this painterly kind of look. So I only put a little bit down to start with to make sure that it was going to work for me. So, all right. So you just kind of, I like to use small circular, and I blend a little bit of it at a time. Yes, Corey, I think I do. They're also linked in the description box down below, but I'm pretty sure I put them in my shop. So you can use whatever technique you like to smush the color around. And if you want to add more of another color, you just add it. And I think I want to add a little bit of peach. Salmon, just a little bit. I hope I wanted to do that. Yeah. Yes, Robin, I use them for my pastels as well, honey. They're great for that, aren't they? And I use them to kind of smush the pastel into the, I use pastel mat when I do pastels, but I use them to kind of smush it into the tooth. They're very, very handy tools for sure. So the heat just gives it just enough of a, just melts it down just enough to really let you work the Neos into a smushy, and they're more opaque than the gelatos, which is especially nice if you're working on tan paper, because they kind of cover more of the paper. Everyone's gone shopping. Take a break. That's funny. By the way, this technique also works very well to help blend your Prismacolors. If you work on if you use your Prismacolors right on top of the heat pad, it softens your Prismas and makes them blend easier. So that comes in really handy for people who have problems with their wrists or their fingers or their hands. It just makes the blending process a lot easier. Renee, honey, I don't know. I haven't tried. I would imagine that any wax-based product would work for that. I know that my gelatos already blend so well that I didn't really find that I needed this technique with the gelatos, and the King Art gel sticks are kind of the same, but I don't see why they wouldn't. So this heating mat is oh, sorry. Yes, don't apologize for spinning your paper. Oh, you're welcome, Mona. There is something, so this is a hack for what is called an Icarus board that many professional artists use to help soften and blend their pencils. An Icarus board, a real one, costs about $300 or $400. So, and you probably, it probably has features that, this doesn't have, but I'm good with like $18 over $300 or $400. So, but you can look up Icarus boards if you're curious about like the different techniques that can be achieved in using heat. And let's see, I'm going to be a little more careful in here. I might use colored pencil. That might be a better thing to do, is just use colored pencil in there. Too late now, though. Yes, it is just a reptile warming mat. It's not a heating pad. It's a plastic reptile mat that I believe when they use it for reptiles, they probably put a towel or something over it. There's a link to it in the description box down below where you can actually see the actual product on Amazon. I don't know if, I guess a heating pad would work if the heating pad were able to get hot enough, but you would have to put something like a metal, like this is the metal magnet board, but I think you'd have to put something, firm on top of it in order to to work on top of a heating pad. And this one that I bought has an adjustable heat setting, and I just put it up on high. I want to make sure that there's plenty of heat radiating through my board, and it's been on for 2 hours, and it's still isn't so hot that I can't touch it. Yes, no, I won't. I won't forget. I think I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use a pencil for that, though, Della, just because I can get a little bit more precision that way. Karen, have you tried the improved version of the Tombow eraser? No, I haven't. This is, but now I might have to. This is the one that I have, the top, but I got this, probably 2 years ago. So I didn't know that there was a new and improved version. Yes, they feel creamy this way too. Yeah, I want to know too, Della. Mary, what is improved about it? So it's interesting because I'm looking at the screen, and the edges on the camera look very, very defined. But when I look at them in person, they're much, the edge is much softer looking. So I guess we can thank HD cameras for that. I don't know. Don't know, just saw the, oh, really? Maybe I put the wrong one in there, or maybe the old one isn't available anymore. That's very possible. That happens a lot. Like that happened with the AFMAT pencil sharpener. That's why, or not the AFMAT, the Office World pencil sharpener. That's why Shannon wound up with a pencil sharpener that she didn't like, because they changed it. And the old one wasn't available anymore. So that's probably what happened. I went to link the one that that I had purchased previously, and that one's not available, and only the new one is available. That's very possible. I'll have to look into that. Oh, all right. Yeah. No, I'll have to look into that and see what I might have just accidentally linked the wrong thing, honey. All right. So I kind of think I like a little bit of that salmon color. It gives it a little bit of different look. So let's just throw some more of that in here. Oh, there he is. There's my Cooper. Barking at the mailman. That sound, Mary, is one of those things that when you hear it, you can be annoyed by it, especially when you have a sleeping baby in the same room. But when it's gone and you don't hear it anymore, it's the most wonderful sound in the world, and all you want to do is hear it again. I totally get that. I felt that way about the dog hair when my little Jasmine was with us. She was a corgi, and my goodness, corgis shed hair like that's their entire reason for living. And when she was here and there was dog hair everywhere all the time, it was like, oh my gosh, I cannot even handle all of this dog hair. And when she was gone and no longer with us, all I wanted to do was have dog hair in the house. Oh, yes, they shed as bad as huskies, Corey. Yes, they do. No, it will work. Yes, Kathleen, this will work on any coloring, on any coloring paper, any paper. The only thing that I would maybe be a little bit more careful about is if you're working on a really super thin paper, and that's only because your tool, as you're smushing and blending, could could crease the paper, you know, could, like, you could actually accidentally slip and have the paper crinkle up on you, because it's thin. But I think if you're careful, that wouldn't be a problem, and the technique would still work great. Yes, the colors would look different, but the technique of the melting of the wax, of the waxy crayon, will work the same. Well, hello, Grandma Sherry. I'm so glad you could join us. Lives are fun. Okay, so I need to put a little bit of pink in here. Okay, so I'm telling you right now, as I just put that, the page is warm, and I just put my Prismacolor pencil down in this little area here, I can feel that it's going in there so much smoother. Like like the Prismacolor pencil feels like it's melting as I'm applying it to the page. So I have a strong feeling, even though I haven't done it yet, that that blending Prismas on a heated board is going to work like a dream. Okay, so I want to get a little bit of yeah, yeah, it is melting into it is. But that's kind of the purpose of the original purpose of the Icarus board, was to cause the wax in the pencil to soften and melt as you were applying it to the page, so that things blended out a lot easier. So it is doing its job. Yes, yes, Sherry. I am using a reptile heating mat underneath a metal board, and it softens and melts the waxes and makes them so much easier to blend. All right, so how are we doing on time? We're doing good. I can get that bow done. So, yeah, yes, Corey. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so, do I want to, I'm just going to throw a few more whiskers down. I wonder if the, just an experiment here. Let's see. Curious. I'm not going to press down too hard, but I'm curious to see if this goes through the, nope, it doesn't. I don't think there's enough down on the page for it to go through there. Okay, so bow. I liked the polka dot idea. See, this would be the point if I was just filming for my channel, where I would stop the video, think about what I wanted to do for a little while, and then start up again. I don't have that luxury. So we could do a white bow with pink polka dots. We could do that. All right, so we drew in some polka dots. Of course, I'm not, I don't know how to make them look like they're uniform, so they're just going to have to be random. Let's see, I want to do maybe a big one there. I have no idea if that's the way that they would actually be, but yeah, I know. I just want to make sure that they sort of look right. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so, and that doesn't look right. Just, I guess some would be squished like more of ovals. Now I don't know what to do, because that does kind of look weird to me. What do you think? Do we have any idea of what should, why do they not look right to me? Something doesn't look right. All right, we're gonna just let it go. So I'm gonna lighten them up just a little bit though, so that they don't have a, okay. Della, that would take knowing what I was doing, and I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, I cannot, like, seriously, the pencil is just, it's just melting into the paper. It feels so smooth. I kind of want to do a whole page now with the heating board on. Like I barely even have to touch the paper, and the color is just coming on. Now, for some reason, the white doesn't feel any different. It feels the same as it's always felt. Actually, it does feel different. I'm just not sure how it feels different. All right, I have to wonder if that's my tip of my pencil or not. Look how sharp, look how beautiful that point is on that pencil. Just don't press down hard. Okay, so this is weird, and it really does feel, the white really does feel different on the heat. I don't know why. Like not good different. Kind of bad different. It's interesting. I kind of want to take it off the heat and let it cool because it just feels weird. Thank you, Sherry. And now this feels weird. Okay, so I'm done with the heat, so I'm going to take this away. The pink felt fabulous. The white did not. Yes, Mary, sharp tips. Just be careful when you, well, you know this. You don't need me telling you this, but, you know, with Prismas, when it's a really sharp tip, you got to give it a nice light pressure or it'll snap that tip. But I use it on all of my other brands of pencils, and it just, it's the best sharpener I've ever used. I like it even better than the Office World one that I had originally. All right, we need some light gray. That might be too dark. But for some reason, I can't find my light gray. All right, well, we'll try it. I don't know why my light gray is missing. Good. I'm glad you're smiling, Della. So before I forget, I want to thank Shell and Ashley for inviting me to be a part of this event. It's so much fun. I love doing these. I've enjoyed visiting all the other streamers. It's been a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for, I know this was a lot of work to do. So we all really appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody who's here and everybody who's joined in all weekend long. such a great group of people. All right. Well, you know what I might try? I can find it. So I recently got a set of the Derwent drawing pencils, which are fabulous, by the way. I absolutely love them. But in amongst the Derwent drawing pencils is, oh my gosh, look at that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but the Derwent Chinese white and the black are the whitest white and the blackest black that I've ever seen. They are awesome. So look at how much brighter that white is. Nice. Yeah. Yep. Chinese white, Derwent drawing. Okay, so while I'm at it, maybe I will throw some more highlights on top of our little kitty and his whiskers. Thank you for being here, Mona. Take care of yourself, honey. All right. We could throw a couple more little highlights in her hair. Does anybody want to know the colors that I used on her skin or her hair? Because I did write those down in case you want to know what those were. Okay, so for her skin, I used peach, light peach, chestnut, grayed lavender, black grape, espresso white, and pink rose. And for her hair, I used polychromos, cream, beester, Van Dyke brown, and walnut brown. Okay. All righty, I'm calling her done. And so that will give you guys a chance to get a little bit of sustenance before Shell. Shell is up next with her stream. So there is a the link to the link to the chart where all the streamers' times and channels are is in the description down there below the video, so you can get to Shell from there if you're not already following her. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here, for hanging out with me. This was fun, and I will see you all later. very shortly over at Shell Stream. So hopefully I didn't forget anything that I needed to say or do. So I will sign off now. Thank you so, so much, you guys. You are the best. I'm so glad you had a good time. Thank you. Bye.